Good morning.
Howdy. Well, my son just texted me. He's telling me about an estate sale. You ever have your relatives tell you about an estate sale, garage
No,
sale, or whatever?
no, they haven't.
No.
Nope.
Do you not? Do you buy from estate sales
Occasionally.
or garage sales?
Occasionally. Good
Okay.
morning, Hank. Good morning, Ping. Good morning, Bone Crack.
So how you going to keep your unlisted stock up like me if you don't
I
go
don't know.
buy a
It
lot?
just it just appears.
It just falls from the sky like raindrops on your
That's
head, huh?
right.
Just
Like the death pile fairy
death pile berry.
dropped by. Good morning, Sandy.
Instead of Tinkerbell, her name is Tunzabell.
That's right.
Speaking of bells, I got the bells of Christmas.
Cool.
But this is one of those Mr. Christmas things.
Right.
You plug it in, it plays tunes, and the lights flash to the different tunes, but it's in pretty rough shape. Has sat in somebody's humid garage for 20 years.
Was that from a yard sale?
That was from we have a dog and cat rescue here called
Right.
Claws and Paws. So that I listed that sewing machine for $550 from them.
Did it sell?
No, not yet. He's got a ton of views and like 6 or 7 watchers. So I expect it will sell soon. With that many watchers and stuff, I would think it would sell quick, but it's been listed, 2 days, 3 days?
Right.
So yeah, it's got 66 views and 7 watchers. So there you go.
Nice. Good morning, Craig. You're up and about early this morning. Hey, Lag.
Who all we got in here? We got the bum crack picker. Good morning. We got Hank Allen Cash. Morning to you. Ping Chi in California. Sun isn't even up out there yet.
Zach says people are getting banned from eBay because they have too many returns and they're reviewing your account.
I get my share of returns.
Yeah.
Welcome to the most boring morning show on planet Earth. Morning, Scott.
Like you really, unless you're just being us, you're really a smart person. You really need to spend some time at night and get off of Pornhub, and you need to find you one of those animated characters and a voice changer, so you can come in here and talk with us, and we don't have to listen to you or what you type. So there, that's your homework tonight, young man or old lady. After you get the kids put to bed, that's your process, the project.
Ping had 3 items that were not scanned years ago that made me a below standard seller.
Yeah, the VTuber Hank.
So, don't those age out after a year?
I don't
Maybe
know, but what the postal service were they delivered? Ping.
pancake hut. Morning, Glenn.
Because as we all know, they don't always scan, and sometimes they scan the wrong way. As I've mentioned before, I had a package scan. I dropped a package off at the post office. They scanned it as received, and before I could get back to my house, which is say 10 minutes away, the buyer had already left a message saying, "I can't find my my order," and they're saying it was delivered. I mean, they can't base anything off of them. eBay can't base anything off of them except if it's scanned and it's delivered. And if it's delivered within the amount of time that they say it should be delivered, then what's the problem?
Isn't it kind of interesting that if you have a package that shows delivered, eBay is good with that. But if you have a customer that says this doesn't work when they get it, when you know it does, they side with the buyer. It's kind of a double standard.
Okay, my Oakley. Cool.
So you get, Hank, did you get 2 dings on that, or did it change from a defect to a late ship defect? Morning, Julie. Boom, boom. No, I just switched the top of the 1 ding. Okay. I wouldn't think eBay would give you 2 dings on one package, but eBay does some weird things. So I sold $500 worth over the weekend.
Nice.
It's okay.
What'd you sell?
I forget. You really want to know? Let's see.
Sure, give us something to talk about. Since Scott says we're the boringest morning show on the internet.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do what sold videos,
Yeah.
so this is kind of like a what sold right now. Order, all orders. I already got them packed. Woohoo!
Dang, you're on top of things.
Okay, sold a pair of desktop speakers.
Cool.
Sold a Bose Media Center. This is the 3rd time I've sold it. The first time, customer said it didn't work. Got it back. I gave them their full refund. Plugged it in. Sure enough, it works.
What does it do?
It's it's got a CD player in it.
Oh, okay.
But you hook the Bose speakers up to it. And it's also an amplifier power. It's like.
Oh, okay.
Sold a Wrangler Pearl Snap. Bought from the Lutherans for 50 cents or so. Also got this at that Paws and Claws sale.
Dang. And you already
Just a
sold it.
base. Yeah, I listed it yesterday and it sold yesterday.
Dang.
Gotta love it when that happens.
So you
called-
recouped all the money that you spent at the Paws and Claws off that one?
Hager S. Maglio. Do what?
I say, so you made all your money back yesterday off of that one.
No, I
item.
spent $100 with them.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so you're
But
down. You got to do $60 more.
sold a Michael Jordan jersey.
Is it real?
What do you mean? Is it real? It's
Not
a shirt.
knockoff. It's not a knockoff, is it?
It's a Mitchell and Ness Hardwood
Yeah.
Classics.
I got a ball cap somewhere with their name in it.
That's not a team used type item.
Right.
Sold a pair of Nike sandals. Sold a pair of Asics Gel Cayano. $36. I sold a Roseville vase. Sold a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, I like that.
For $5. It's one of those deals you keep dropping the price until it finally sells. I sold some typewriter ribbon.
I need a 3X though.
3X typewriter ribbon.
No, the 3X shirt. That
Uh,
was only at 1X.
I sold a scale from the Science Clean Out.
Far out.
$50. I sold another scale from the Science Rooms Clean Out. I got about 25 of these.
Well, if you sell them all, that'll be about $300 profit, $350 profit.
Yep.
I know I was taking out fees and all that kind of mess too.
So this is a Dale Earnhardt Budweiser. You inflate it and it turns into a car.
Cool. How big a car? Oh, 40 inches by 16. Dang, that's a big old inflatable car.
Sold a 2-pack of bobbers. Man, I'll sell anything, won't I?
Yeah. You know, Matt adds up at the end.
Sold an 18th hole pin flag from the British Open Championship at Carnoustie Golf Course 2007.
Cool.
I think that's about it. So anyway, you asked, and there it is. That's what I sold.
Well, that's good.
Morning. What's
Is that
going
putting you
on
back
there?
up? Is that putting you back up in the getting close to being back? Wait a minute.
Yeah, we're the most boring channel on flat Earth. Not just the most boring channel.
Yeah. Yes.
Would I have spent $50 to sell 500 more? Well, sure. Why? What? What kind of question
Todd
is
buys
that?
everything. Yeah, you're right, Hank. Hopefully it'll stay gone. What? Stop for a minute. Stop. Hold your thought. Anissa, am I having a stroke or something? Did you say you're in McDonald's drive-through?
It's a fake shirt.
Yeah.
Can tell
What do
by the
you?
lettering.
There's nothing at McDonald's that's healthy and not bad for you, Anissa. What are you doing there? Yeah, that's fine.
It can't be a fake shirt. It's a shirt. I know. So what? That's a good point, Lag. If I'll keep lowering price on stuff till it hits $5, then it's really not worth the time it takes to pack it up and ship it, right?
Well, how much is the shipping on it?
I don't know. I didn't look.
That's all right. You don't have to look. Probably the shipping was probably as much as they paid for the shirt.
So yeah, it's probably a $3 profit. So,
but you have
but for
100.
$3, should I have just donated it? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but you know that $3 could make a difference on how much you can play poker. I'm so embarrassed for you, Anissa.
All right, swamp a scene a little bit. Boop, beep, beep.
Scott, how you feeling today? Your teeth back to normal? Your mouth back to normal?
No, he said last week he's still got to get the crown after
Oh, that's right.
a few days, so it probably won't be
Well,
good till he gets the crown.
Yeah, the discomfort. And if that's gone away. Y'all talk about my Saturn. Y'all just do it. It has no car payments, and it gets me from where I need to go, from here to where I need to go. If that's all that matters. But knowing you lot, if I went out and spent $600,000 for a damn Rolls Royce SUV to haul my crap to the post office with, y'all still have something to say about it.
So I finally ordered my eBay boxes so that I spent my coupon.
You know, this year is almost half over with.
I know it. I keep looking at it. I keep thinking about that 100,000 goal I set for myself, and I'm almost to 43K. So I'm coming up short. If I don't get 7,000 by the end of the month, I'm short.
I'm only gonna be here a minute. Todd, you understand what you did earlier, right? And what you said you would do, and what you said you won't do, makes you yeah. Craig asked you if you spent $50 more for $500 in sales, would you do it? Absolutely, I'll do it. I'm not gonna promote shit though.
That's right.
He was asking you.
I thought he was talking about $50 of product.
No, he was referring to promoted listings.
Oh, hell no, I won't do that.
And you just said you would do it, but then you were steadfast against it.
Well, it's because my old man brain thought he was talking about product instead of.
That's why I had to come over here and explain.
That's what I thought he was talking about too, Todd.
Well, sorry I'm so old and feeble-minded.
I know. It's terrible.
Yeah, Hank caught it too. Everybody got it but me. Thank you, folks, for understanding the brain of an old man. Oh, you young pups.
Todd.
What?
Todd.
What?
Okay. First of all, how short a promoted listing can you do, Scott?
You can do it for 6 hours if you want, or I'd say 24 hours is the shortest one.
Okay.
But
Todd,
you can end it. You can end it at any time.
what don't you do just to shut these people up? Why don't you do a 24-hour promotion at a reasonable rate and see if you can meet for 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever, and see if you can hit that $7,000 you need to have, so you'll be at 50 grand by the end of the month.
What Hank wanted to say is bless your heart. That's what to both of y'all. Bless your heart.
Hank, honey, don't get on the list. Don't make me move you from this side over here with Lag and Kent and Scott.
Tom, to answer your question, I have done promoted listings like 4 or 5 different times, and they never seem to make a difference for the stuff I sell. Sorry, but I didn't see any increase.
Now, how long ago was that?
I don't know, a couple of years ago. No, I put one on about a year ago, I guess.
So he didn't see any increase. This is the same person who couldn't figure out Craig was talking about promoted listings. Are you sure you know how to track these things?
I'm a good tracker. Look, I'm keeping a record of the buys I got at Waco and how much I've sold. So there. I do look up stuff and figure stuff out.
You know, you can put that on a spreadsheet in your computer and not have to keep up with it.
But I'm like Kevin. I like writing stuff down like that. That way I could show it on a video someday and say, look. Doesn't Kevin do that? He writes stuff down on a clipboard and.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the midget picker.
He does sometimes. Y'all back me up on that. Like I said, that's a nice PDF. It's incredible. You can make your PDFs come out in your own handwriting now. Check it out.
That truck said Kevin who?
Bunch of young punks picking on an old man this morning. Well, Beard, thanks for coming on and explaining that to me.
I know.
What you got going on this morning?
I'd hate for you to go buy even more inventory. If Craig said to spend $50, you were going to sell 500 more. That would have been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that not let me something like that?
That's called shaky hand font.
James says he has a collection of legal pads that look like that.
See, I'm not the only one. James is kind of old like me too, isn't he? How old are you, James?
I don't think he's as old as I am.
He's closer to my age, I thought.
Good morning, Lenny.
JT, don't tell them you're almost 70 with these two knuckleheads. Let's go see if Facebook says how old he is.
58.
58.
I told you. Damn.
He's older than you.
Not by much.
Damn, I'm 10 years older than he is.
Hey, just still being here is a win.
I'm 40. Do what?
Just still being here is a win because.
Absolutely. What's your other alternative?
Yeah, Joni last night where I came to bed or I don't know, about 10:30 and she's looking at her phone and I look over, she's wiping her eyes. Like, what's wrong with you? And she had turned Facebook on for a second, and one of the memories was a picture of me and Dusty. Facebook can be cruel when they bring some shit up.
Yeah. Pink said we're youngins.
Yeah, Facebook will bring up pictures of mom every once in a while.
No, I don't have cars. Oh, I wish I did have cars older than all of y'all.
Yeah, because you seem like you'd be a car muscle guy.
Well, I grew up in the era when we worked on cars. Bunch of teenage boys, and there was a couple of girls. You know, on the weekends we'd change the oil and all that kind of stuff, and
that's maintenance. That's not working on. That's maintenance.
And putting mufflers back on the bottoms of Jeeps that we've ripped off out in the boondocks.
You're lucky to have made it back. Them things are giant POSs.
What? No, this was these were real Jeeps. These were CJ5s, not these.
That was when AMC made them before they became Chrysler.
Yeah.
Willys.
No, it was a Wheelers. It was just a CJ5.
Wheelers.
And then some of my friends, there was about 5 of us that had CJ5s, and they were just like, we had 2 front seats in the top. You know, that's all they had on them. And then some of our friends, they started getting the new Jeeps that had they were the Wrangler Jeeps. They had the fake blue jean top and the fancy interior in it. We told them that was a girl's car.
The fuck is a Wheelers?
That was who made the original Jeeps.
No, it's Willys. Where do you get Wheelers? It's Willys.
I don't care.
Where do you get Wheelers out of Willys? Wheelers. Weenus?
Tom probably got arrested for trying to show people his weenus.
What are you talking about, wheelies?
So I made a video this morning and trying to edit it. That's why I need to leave here. My addiction, I could not overcome my addiction at a yard sale. Brought home another damn printer.
Damn printer.
You going to flip it on whatnot?
No.
Wasn't that weird thing on Popeye called a Jeep?
No, it makes it where it anything over $50 goes on eBay.
Yeah. Y'all remember Jeep?
No.
He was on the Popeye cartoons. You don't remember Jeep?
Oh, the dog. No. I mean, I know the picture. I didn't know what his name was.
He wasn't a dog. He was a Jeep, whatever that was.
Okay.
He was in comic books. He was in cartoons.
So I just made a quick video about people are scared to ship big things and how easy these brother printers are.
Oh yeah, Jeep could disappear.
The lady said it's out of ink. Everything here is half price now. So I'm like, all right, $5. That's the first. I said it takes toner. It doesn't take ink. She said, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am. I've seen a couple of these." Well, it was my daddy's. He used it. I'm like, it was still working. I'm like, all right. Take a guess how many pages it printed.
How many?
400.
Not that many.
Wow.
248. And I printed 3 of those to get those 3 sheets out. So he had printed 245 pages on that laser printer. Those things will go thousands and thousands of pages. I don't think it was out of toner either. I'm gonna put that other toner back in and see if it works. Because
give it a good shake. The toner cartridge. Give it a good shake and put it back in there. Because that's what we used to do at Staples. People would come in and say, "It quit printing," but it feels like it's got, or it doesn't show it that it needs toner. So we just pop it out, shake it good, put it back in, plug it in, and usually it would print a demo copy. Because old people don't print all the time, so the toner will get hard in it.
I had a toner cartridge for it. I put a new one in it that I picked up at a thrift store for $1 because they didn't know what it was. They didn't. Like, we don't know what this goes to. $1. Okay. Gotcha.
Is it a big printer?
It's 14 by 14 by 12.
Probably people don't want to deal with shipping something like that.
Yeah, so it's easy. All you do is go to Lowe's and buy one of their medium boxes, 18, 18, 16, and then cut it down to 18, 18, 12. That's all you got to do. I mean, there's not much to it.
Yeah. Good morning, Bessie.
Well, there is an elephant in the room, but I don't know if I want to set people off.
Did you just call Tom an elephant?
No, he did not.
No,
Tom, okay, he did.
Tom can't be an elephant. Elephants can remember everything.
Yeah.
But,
I'm leaving if it's about AI.
No, I'm talking about Trump followed through on one of his campaign promises when he said, "I'm going to bomb the shit out of them."
Yeah,
and by God, he did.
He said no new wars too, and he went against that one.
Well, the Pentagon representative said it wasn't an act of war; it was just preemptive to avoid a war. Yeah, you remember that speech he was given when Trump said about Iran, "I'm going to bomb the shit out of them."
Yeah,
he followed through.
And one of the people involved in that from our side said, "Any retaliation, and you'll see what a bombing looks like."
Did you see that nighttime video of that thing blowing up?
No.
You could tell it was a mushroom cloud just by the glow.
You know what? I haven't even combed my hair this morning. Thank you, Kent, for being the fashion police this morning.
A lot of people are saying that that except for the type of plane and not that long run, dropping those bombs, a lot of that was very similar to Top Gun Maverick. They were trying to hit because the Israeli man, they're freaking spies are just ridiculous. Supposedly, Iran had 78 different sites or something, and only 24 of them were real. Take a guess how many Israel ended up being off by?
I don't know.
None.
None.
I bet they had it down right.
They knew exactly which ones were.
I was going to watch that video on how deep those bunker busters go. I think it's something like 600 feet into rock.
60 meters, and that refinery is supposedly at 80. But what happens if you drop one and then one right behind another? If you drop two bombs behind each other, can it get to it? That's what nobody's talking about.
Either way, they would have decades of digging it out.
You know, Iran is saying they just messed up the entrances. Yeah, but you got to get back down there now. Good luck.
Of course, they're going to say something like that.
But yeah, those tomahawks won't dig deep like those. What do they call them? Hogs? Something.
Yeah, have you seen? I watched a depiction of one. The way they just keep burrowing and cutting and burrowing, and then once they finally get to where they're supposed to get, then they explode. Insane. Those bombs are expensive too.
I bet so.
Of course it is, because the government's paying for it. We could get them through Temu cheap. That's for you, Kent. That was for you.
The silver and gold community was trying to estimate how much silver was used to make one of those. Somebody said 10 kilos of silver is used in building those.
400 to 500 million a bomb is what it costs. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what the program costs. It's $3.5 million per bomb.
I'm going to flip it.
$3.5 million per bomb.
Yeah, you're right there. I had to go look up who you were talking about. Whoever mentioned Thomas.
That bomb weighed 30,000 pounds. Just think about that. That bomb weighed 15 tons, 30,000 pounds. I wonder how many Saturns that is. Hey, Lag, how many Saturns is 15 tons?
I'm just so I'm afraid that somebody will misconstrue that as a pow pow, and all of a sudden the channel will go blank.
Kent says 4,000 Saturns.
JT said all of them.
All the Saturns.
Yeah.
Hey, I was watching a documentary the other day. They were talking about the different, because what they tell you versus what actually happened with like GM. You realize Saturn wasn't a failure. They try to say the Saturn model was a this and it was a failure and all this. You know what happened? It actually made Saturn was so successful, they were going to have to implement all these changes to the rest of the company. Like they had done it. That's why they started the planet to have better manufacturing and better processes. But the other divisions decided that it was too much trouble. They didn't want to do it, so they ganged up on the rest of GM and forced GM to kill Saturn.
Yeah, because I don't know of anybody that has owned a Saturn that has not liked it.
They didn't told Pontiac. They didn't told Pontiac wasn't making any money. The problem with Pontiac was, if you remember the end of Pontiac, they were supposed to be the everyman car, sort of like where Chevrolet is, with a little bit cheaper than Chevrolet, Sunfires and those kind of things. But they were bringing cars over from Australia. That last it was a badass car. The new GTO that came out, that V8 GT, that was one of their better cars they had made. The problem is it kicked the Corvette's ass. And now their people moving division was putting performance out that was beating Corvettes, and they're like, how can we charge for a Corvette when this damn GTO Yeah, it's GM was a mess, and so they decided to kill it. Instead of redirecting Pontiac to make different cars or doing things better, let's just kill Pontiac.
And then they killed Oldsmobile because it was competing with Cadillac.
It was, and then it was also competing with Buick. If you look at the amount of money they make on a Buick versus the Oldsmobile and the Pontiac, it's insane. They make 2 and 3 times the money on every Buick. So that's why Buick hung around. Even though Buick doesn't sell as many cars, they make a shit ton more money per car.
I don't understand why they have all these brands competing against each other.
Kent, I know what you did there.
Yeah,
I didn't miss that, Kent. I know what you did there.
I don't know what he means, but I'm an old man who can't.
There's an acronym that goes with Pontiac.
No.
You know, like they do Ford, found on road dead.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked over, rebuilt Dodge, whatever. There's one for that is not nice for Pontiac for sure.
But you know,
yeah, that was the other thing too is as they Cadillac has that performance division too, and so people were buying more of the Pontiacs when because remember in the early 2000s they were bringing out those Cadillacs that had the aluminum engines and all the you can go now and buy $150,000 Cadillac that screams like a Corvette. They were biting into those sales too much, and it was a very interesting that I watched about that. Yeah, I don't think it's still North Star anymore, Kent, but it started out as North Star.
Yeah. What is it? Be nice, Kent. Hey, the Geos, they had served a market, and it's around here. I still see a lot of the little Geo trackers running around.
No, that's the best one. They're probably talking about Metros. Those little big Metros.
Okay.
The Geo tracker had legendary following. I watched Kevin. He's had like 5 of them. People who've had those things love them little things.
The bombing was supposed to hurt the stock market, and it's up this morning.
You lag.
Yeah. Yeah, see that. I mean, some of the stuff Saturn did, you wonder why are we not doing these things? Because with the composite panels on the doors, there was no such things as door dings anymore. The paint, you didn't have to paint them because the color was mixed into the composite, so the door panels were what they are, and you would think that'd be easier than stamping out steel and all that crazy mess and all the painting and all the chemicals. I guess we still want all the chemicals.
It's Mazda. You buy Mazda, it's pretty much loaded out. They don't have a luxury brand, and because I was talking to our salesman, and he's like, because the word is that they don't want to have to compete against themselves. He says all these other companies, they're competing against themselves, even their divisions. But we like our Mazda. Knock on wood, it's never given us any problem. Remember when the Fiero came out? Yeah, I had a bunch of friends that had those Fieros. Those were the ones with the plastic bodies, wasn't it?
Yeah, those are the little mid-engine 2-seater.
Yeah.
There's a guy on the other side of town. There's a guy on the other side of town. I don't know if he used to work on them or what he did. I bet he's got 50 of them at his garage. 50 of them.
These were cute little cars.
Leroy wants to know what was everybody's first car. Tom had a Model T.
I had a 65 Corvair 4-door.
Had a 59 Ford Fairlane.
Corvair is actually pretty cool.
It was that little sucker, even though it sounded like the engine was going to explode on it at any moment, it would hug a curve like a damn Corvette would. And it's another car before its time. Because what happened? They got rid of the Corvairs, they got rid of, and then all of a sudden we have Pintos and Vegas and all those kind of cars.
And you see where Chevrolet, they're bringing back the Pinto, I believe.
Ford?
No, Ford's bringing back the Pinto. I think I read that somewhere.
You know what? I don't know if y'all get them or not, but on Facebook, I get these posts that are like renderings of cars from the past if they, modernized them and brought them back. And I guess it's done all AI. I don't know.
Okay, it says rumors are AI says appears to be false.
There, some of these older cars, these photographs are some sharp looking vehicles. But old people like me and Scott, who said his was a 73 Ford LTD.
That thing was a battleship.
We drove big cars.
No, that one was too fast. So it was a 2-door, which doesn't make much of a difference. It's still a land yacht. That thing had a 429 with a 4-barrel carburetor on it, and that thing would fly. And my mother's like, it's too big, it's too fast. So I had it for like 8 months, and she bought me a 79 Mustang with a little 4-cylinder.
Uh-huh.
I could get out and run fast. I could get out and run faster than that little 2.3 liter 4-cylinder could go.
My mom had a 73 Ford Thunderbird. It had the 460 V8 in it.
Yeah, I had a buddy. I had a buddy who had a 75 LTD with the 460, and we'd put them things side by side and race them stupid things. Oh my God!
I mean, that thing would. My family was from Charleston, so my grandmother was still down there. My dad would get that thing on the interstate and lock it in about 70 miles an hour, and it would just hum right along. I mean,
oh my God! In the late '80s, mother had a Oldsmobile 98. You ever ridden in one of them big things?
Yeah.
It's like riding on a mattress. I mean, that thing's it never hit a bump. It just floated. That big old car.
And they don't make any big old people cars anymore.
Old people shouldn't be in big cars. They need to be in small cars so when they kill people, they don't
Well, first of all, everything is these daggum. Nothing pisses me off more than go to the parking deck at the main hospital uptown, and somebody's put an F-350. Are you calling yourself?
Yes. How am I calling myself? What the hell?
You were styling and profiling lag in a Ford Fiesta Focus. I had a Mustang too with the 302 in it, positive traction, 3-speed. That sucker would fly.
Positive track.
It was ugly as hell, but it would fly.
Shut up, Kent. I'm gonna do that in a few minutes. Yeah, Joni had a good show. She's getting really comfortable. She had a lot of fun last night.
Good. Sorry I missed it.
Yes. She's in there. There were 21 different buyers, so she's gonna write notes. So the phone on Whatnot's weird. You can't get all the same information for shipping and stuff. You have to use a computer, and so she needed the password to get into that computer. And I'm like, it's the same password for all the computers. And so she's see, the one thing about Whatnot is different than the rest of them being the social media side. We had 21 I think 12 of them were new buyers. Last week we had 16, 15, or 14 out of 16 were new buyers. And so she's wanting to put a personal note in each one. I'm thanking them for coming to the show and buying from us. So. American Honey, it's me. So she's just selling it for us. Joni's on disability for her back and all the rest of her craziness. She can't have any income. So everything runs through my name. But if you look at it, if you go on Whatnot on Bearded Picker, I'll show you the shows. It's easy to figure out which show she's doing. all her shows have a little picture on it.
Cool. Daphne. Oh, that's right. He's got his headphones on.
She's got one. She's got one next Sunday. We'll start working on it tomorrow, and then I think she's gonna sell some salt and pepper shakers a week from Wednesday. We bought a lot. I mean, like 40 or 50 sets of salt and pepper shakers yesterday. So she's gonna sell them like a week from Wednesday. We'll start working on them too. There's some really cool sets. Like the you ever seen I took a picture of these little ones. Oh hell, it's easier to find. I sent it to Jennifer. It's easier to find it when I sent it to her. You ever seen Day of the Dead Owls salt and pepper shaker?
Cool. Those are cool.
I think we had five different sets of owls. She picked up some, I think 3 sets still new in the box. Linux. One was a set of cats, and one had ladybugs, and the other has. They were like, the box, the little sticker, little tab on the box. They were like $30 a set. She picked up a bunch of. I don't know if y'all know or not, but Cracker Barrel sells a lot of those kind of things.
Yeah.
I think she ended up with like 14 or 15 sets of Cracker Barrel. Some of those are still new in their boxes. Like there's some cactuses, some cowboy boot, and then at an estate sale, there was a bunch of older ones. The one she said she liked was little itty bitty little salt and pepper shakers. They're probably an inch. They're wooden shoes, like from Holland or somewhere, Dutch wooden shoes. And she picked up some lobsters, little kitchen things, just all sorts of interesting. So, yeah, American Honey, she does. She's enjoying it. She's actually been to the yard sales with me now 4 weeks in a row. We had a lot of fun Saturday carrying on.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something I'm looking for. As soon as I get right. Okay, Tupperware made this thing that was my mom used it for like coffee creamer and sugar and whatnot. It has 3 containers. It's got a triangle base, and then it's got a stem that comes up the middle that you can, with a whole handle on it. And they've got lids for each one of the containers. And the containers pop off of it, of course, too. If anybody has such a thing in their inventory, let me know. My mom had that thing for years. And then I asked her what happened to it the other day, and she said, I think when we moved, we downsized. Every time they downsize, they go to a bigger house. Anyway, she says, I think I sent it to Goodwill.
So what was it again, Tom?
I don't know whether it had the 3 spoons, Jameis, but it was Tupperware, and then the base is triangle shaped, and then on each corner there was a container, a little plastic bowl with a lid, and in the middle of it was a handle that came up. She had that thing for years, and I want one. Because I broke 2 sugar bowls this week. Well, one this past weekend and one a couple weeks ago. That's it, Todd. Is that in your store?
Yeah.
I guess you're gonna have a sale today, Todd.
I'm ordering that damn thing just as soon as I can. Javis will buy that damn thing, or Lag will buy it just to keep me from getting it.
Well, then hell, do it right now.
I'm trying to get to eBay.
That's insane right there.
It's been in my store for 2 years.
Well, that's the reason I just threw it out there to see if anybody had one.
I can't
you
believe
can
it's
put-
not selling. I only have it listed for $89.
Yeah, so Joni did. She sold one piece of Tupperware yesterday. It
Right.
was you know how the measuring bowls, you can't read the numbers anymore, the little like the batter pitchers or whatever they are.
Right.
She had one that was, I mean, the red and everything was beautiful, and it still had its lid with it. Those are hard to find in the shape she found it in, much less with the lid. It was a nice one.
I'm looking.
Thank you, Laurie. Yeah, you got me doing a lot of work today, Laurie. You bought all the heavy stuff. Tamara's here. She bought the Tupperware.
She beat you to it, Tom.
No. She bought Joni's last night.
Oh. I thought she was saying she bought this.
I'm like, why is the screen frozen? And we're start looking at somebody's hairy arm. So what is that for, cream and sugar, or just anything you want to put in it?
Well, she used it for cream and sugar. Creamer, coffee mate, sugar.
Right.
And I honestly don't remember what she had in the other one. But I would put fake sugar in the other one.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit this short little video, and then I will start shipping you ladies all that stuff that everybody bought.
Right, Lenny?
Tamara bought quite a few things too last night.
Huh?
We're having so much fun out there finding it and carrying on. It's way more fun doing something than by yourself. You know, once I was kicked to the curb by Harlan from Marcia. What the hell?
Oh, quit your whining. She's just prettier than you. That's what your problem is.
I get it. I mean, it is so much. I'd much rather go with Joni. We have such a good time, and so I'm glad Harlan and Marcia are a great match. They enjoy the same things. They do all the same stuff. They went it was her birthday weekend. They went gallivanting all over. They were in North Georgia Friday night. Ended up being in Nashville for the weekend. And they went to yard sales while they were out there. I got the root canal done, Leroy, so I still got to get the crown, but they put a temporary on it. And so, yeah, so poor Harlan's so sad. You got to realize Harlan's ex never. So she would. They had business where they sold stuff home, but she did not like his junking and carrying on. Never cared for it, and so he'd always done that by himself. So he's also in a great place where, it's a lot of fun when your significant other enjoys it and involved with it. I'm telling you,
they're a lot of fun. Meeting them in Tennessee was,
yeah. I can't believe Todd had one. That's crazy.
Todd,
I've got a lot of stuff in my store.
Y'all just need to, if y'all need something, you need to check with Todd. He's probably got it.
Tupperware called it the condiment caddy.
I've only got it listed for $10.79 and it hasn't sold.
Well, it's getting ready to as soon as I can find your store.
You need a link to it, Tom?
Yeah, give me a link. Just give me a direct link to it, and I
So does
dare
yours,
anybody. I will ban you from my channel if you buy it.
hey, does
Right.
yours have the spoons with it or what, Todd?
No, it's just the cups and the caddy.
Yeah, because there was a set of 3 spoons that came with them too.
Well, I don't care
Yeah,
about
there's
that.
little notch things on the lids, but I don't have the spoons.
Yours, you know why you hadn't sold it? What did you call it? The condiment caddy? What did you call yours?
Condiment caddy. I even got the model numbers on it.
Dude, I am. You're not even on. You're not even. I hadn't seen yours yet. You're not even on the.
757-10.
That's why you're buried in search. Yeah.
Yeah, because Cuckoo Cuckoo has it for $14.99 with the spoons.
They made one that had 4 of them on it. A green one.
Todd, you put a link in there.
No, not yet. Hang on.
If there was only some way you could give them a couple extra cents, and they would put you at the top of search so people could find it.
I've been looking for something like that.
You just wonder if they'd ever invent that. Maybe people could take advantage of it.
Scott, you really need to do stand up. There's so many of these comedians out there that they don't really have it. They have a little bit of a lineup, but they feed off of the people in the audience, and they just
that'd be good.
jokes about them.
I'd go out there and just insult everybody.
That's right. There's this lady who's a comedian, and she dresses like, I don't know, the 50s. She's always in a gown and whatnot. And she starts off by saying, "And what's your name, sir?" And then she'll ask what they do. And this one guy said he is a psychologist. And she kind of backs off away from him, and it's like, really? Now I feel intimidated. And he says, "Well, how does that make you feel?" Thank you, Todd.
Well, thank you for your purchase. I still haven't got the cha-ching yet, though.
Well, I haven't done it yet. I'm still trying
to
get there.
Yeah, you're slow like me.
Okay, and that's
See, I don't need promoted listings. I've got YouTube followers who'll buy stuff for me.
That's exactly it. I'm having a flashback there. $10.79. Dang.
Am I overcharging?
No.
I
I
got
honestly,
$6 shipping on it, so there you go.
I really expected it to be more, but that's okay.
Let's see. Shoot, when I type in Tupperware condiment caddy, mine's first on the list.
Go in incognito mode and do it.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
It just felt sorry for you.
I'm pretty much right the middle of the pack with my price.
Yeah, but they got spoons. They got spoons.
Yeah. Some of them do. Some of them don't. ba.
Hey, somebody else do it besides me. I mean, Todd, I don't see you at all.
Huh.
Wait for it.
Bum, 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 bum. Let's see.
Damn, it's not even shipped yet.
I haven't even heard of cha-ching yet. What do you mean it hasn't shipped yet?
Is that your store, Never Grow Old? Is that you?
No.
Rescue Pre-Sales? That's not you either?
No.
The Mad Flippers?
No. Although pretty much all those titles would apply to me so far.
Pleasant Ducky?
Pleasant Ducky? No. Oh, he bought it. You can't see it now.
It'll still be here because it's not going to be removed from my search. It's already been searched.
So thank you, Todd.
Yeah, Hank even sees my cake carrier.
So if you're looking for something
Why isn't that sold?
unusual,
Kevin used to sell just the handles for those.
Oh yeah, you can get about $15 for the handles on those cake carriers.
How much have I got for my?
Anyway, depending on 11 to 15, depending on if it's the yellow or the clear.
Da.
Yeah, I bought one the other day, but the carrier was broken on one side. It still fit and everything, but it was. So I sent it to the auction.
I got my cake carrier for $25. No buyers. Haven't even had a view on it.
9 o'clock.
Todd,
Yes.
did you get it? Did you get a notification it was sold?
No.
Went in my own whatnot tomorrow night at 6:30 Central. YouTube. I'm making a video right now, but I had to come and correct these old farts.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Okay.
How come I didn't get a cha-ching? That's weird. There it is.
Yeah. Okay. I've
Delayed
started you
reaction.
off. Todd only needs 6,980 more dollars to make his gold. Do you have two of those, Todd?
No.
Because there's another one showing up in your store.
What?
You expect him to know what he's got in the store?
Beard, you've been on my ass lately. I can't even make a comment on Profit Playbook podcast anymore without Scott raking me over the coals.
So I'm sitting there doing something yesterday, and Josh says, "Seems like the comments aren't very happy." I'm like, I never even read the comments. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go leave some smart ass comments. I'll be back. And there was one guy who said, if knowing that Josh is pushing this, I'll stay away from it. I'm like, then why do you even bother? And he said, peace and love, of course. So I put in like, why you if you feel that way, why do you even bother watching this podcast with peace and love, of course? Fucking idiots. Evidently, there is a certain person who has brainwashed followers that go around stalking the internet if you disagree with that person.
Damn, Todd, you got all kinds of stuff in your stove.
I do.
Josh does read all the comments. I only read them because they tricked me to go over it.
Are you going to go look at all 1,600 of my listings, Tom?
I'm just flipping through it real quick, like. Just if everything catches my eye.
Buy some more stuff. I'll give you a shipping discount.
Hey, Tom, what's that behind you right there?
What the hell? And he leaves.
Yeah. All right, it's 10:10. I gotta go.
Yeah. Me too. I got to go pack this stupid order for $10.79.
Yeah, I want it here by tomorrow.
You kiss my grits.
I'm serious. You know, when you're old like me, the littlest thing can throw you off your system.
Oh, you sold that bag? No, I didn't see that. Glenn, how much did you get for it? You remember that bag you picked up in
Yeah.
Why didn't I get that? Did you see it before I did at that garage sale?
Probably.
That was one of the last garage sales we went to.
He was speed looking. You know, he was doing a cursory look at everything to see if anything caught his eye. And when you got there, you had to start picking up everything.
You got $150 on that Oakley bag. That's good. Because you only paid like 10 or 20 for it, didn't you?
All right. I got to go. Thanks, Bob.
Stretch.
Thank you, everybody, for coming here and supporting the old guys. I'm trying to find
Oakley is popular.
a Buxom Beauty reseller to come in here and hang out with us to try to get some more viewers. So anyway,
Buxom Beauties.
Yeah. If you're old, you know what that means. All right.
All right. Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye,
Thanks for
Todd.
showing up.
Bye.
I'm a Tupperware man doing the best that I can. Riding the range and selling my condiment caddies. I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
All right. Bye.